gonna start off with the Gen Z condition, the years that I experienced living on autopilot. Growing up Gen Z, we were really pushed to go to college, get a degree, and land a steady, secure job. I tried doing this. I studied at the University of Florida. After a while, I really started to feel uneasy and restless. Like I was working hard. The outcome or the result that I was working hard for, I wasn't positive or sure or clear that is really what I wanted to be working for. It felt like I was doing what I was supposed to do as opposed to what I really felt I was called to do. At the time, I didn't even know what that was. I didn't feel that burning desire or that solidity around this is my passion. It's that nice middle ground where you get to secure your independence and experience what that feels like before you join the workforce. We are told that you have to get good grades in high school so that you get into a good college. You graduate with your degree and then you land a steady, stable job. And that's the only way that you can have a successful, fulfilling career. Maybe that's not outwardly spoken, it's not a direct message, it is subliminal. It is a feeling that many people have is, this is the path that I will follow that will guarantee me the life that I want to live. Colleges truly are indoctrinating us at so many different layers and in so many different ways. It is one of these big institutions that has such a heavy impact on our young generation to test the limits on how much you can control them, which is a very dangerous game to play. It is brainwashing because many college students aren't even aware that they are being brainwashed or indoctrinated. If they weren't being indoctrinated, they would be able to tell you, maybe this is an example of indoctrination that I feel, or this is, because there wouldn't be any issue with it. It would just be like I experience a little bit of that. Because it is so intense, they're completely unwilling to say, or unwilling and unable to say, yes, I'm being indoctrinated, here are the ways. They would be able to say, school expects a lot of me, here are the ways that it expects a lot of me. Keeping an eye on control, where I did not feel free or where I felt even a bit limited, especially during COVID. There were so many rules and restrictions around COVID that seeped out into other aspects of our freedom in school. A huge principle of learning and being an academic scholar is, in a real way, is questioning everything. Why? Why are things this way? When you stop doing that, you start to fall into these traps. When you're not aware of why something is happening or why you're being told something or why those things are the case, that's where we're in trouble, when we don't take on that level of responsibility. I just noticed where I was not doing that. In some cases I was, one of which was during COVID. This was after it was mandatory to wear masks on campus. It was just suggested. We had come back the semester after COVID had wrapped up. I walked into a class. Of course, all the students are sitting there a few minutes before the professor got there. We're all just talking and hanging out. Nobody has a mask on at all. As soon as the professor walked in, all of the masks went on. I was really shocked to see it because to me that is the biggest form of indoctrination. We're projecting that some authority has power over us. We're not sure why. We're not sure what the validity of this regulation or rule is, but we're gonna follow it. Number one reason is just to not create any problems for ourselves or make anyone uncomfortable. In that moment, I decided I'm not going to wear my mask. My professor came up to me and offered me one and said that I would have to, she highly recommends me wearing one. We were about to do this group assignment. She said that I would have to do it alone because she didn't want to put any of the other kids at risk. And I said, that's fine, I will do the assignment alone. That was a profound moment for me. It was about not allowing myself to be caught in the status quo. It's not about being a no or being problematic or any of these things. It's about discernment and discerning where I'm following rules or I'm following the people around me in a way that does make sense or does not. to do what I felt was right, to back myself and stand by what I felt. I do believe that more and more people are doing this. In large part, Charlie Kirk massively resembled this and encouraged us to shake up the status quo and to not allow ourselves to be indoctrinated by these institutions. This is what makes the generation stronger. For me, how I'm taking this is tying my career to my purpose. Creating my way that makes me money and builds my wealth as the same thing that leads my purpose and my fulfillment in life. Making sure that the two are tied. Because one thing that I saw with Charlie and that I see with all people who are majorly genuinely successful in their careers, they are all passionate. They are on fire for whatever it is that they are doing or creating. They feel like a burning passion and drive to get it done. They have a mission to fulfill. But for me, it's not just this one thing will be the source of my wealth. This is how I will pay my bills. This other thing is going to be what makes me feel good and my creative passion. As an artist especially, I feel that way. I need to be a server at these two restaurants. I need to create my art, which is my true passion and purpose. No, the two need to be one. For me, it's looked like building in so many different directions. Getting my general contractor's license, starting an art business, doing this podcast. None of this is linear. That is the whole point. Gen Z does not need to follow the status quo. We don't need to follow what everyone else has done. Entrepreneurship to me is about building something from nothing, from scratch. Something built from me. Something that I can take out of my skills and my value and my natural abilities that I know will add value to the world. Hopefully impacts one other person in the way that I would like to be impacted by them. Obviously, throughout the process, I'm gonna feel really stupid. I feel really stupid as a 24-year-old waitress with 2 jobs when a couple years ago I thought that I was already gonna be 2 years into a very successful career. The real lesson for me in all of this is taking my day-to-day, keeping my attention on where I'm going and my ultimate vision of having major impact and influence and being so fulfilled in myself and in my career. With that being said, the 2 biggest things that I'm keeping my attention on are, number 1, as I'm doing whatever it takes to make this vision reality, as I'm working my 2 serving jobs, hustling in whatever other ways I'm hustling, keeping my attention on my greater vision, knowing that I will be living that vision of being majorly successful, wealthy, abundant, able to create whatever projects I want to create, contributing value to the world, being influential in the way that I want to be, creating amazing art that sells across the world because people feel it, and doing these things, like knowing that they are just part of the path and part of my process to get to where I want to be. The second thing is making every single thing, including serving somebody a hamburger, of that higher purpose, doing it with so much purpose and love, as if it is truly my life's purpose to do. Because in that moment, it really is. How would it feel if I smiled at everyone in a way that I felt I wanted to connect with them? How would that make them feel? How would it make me feel? How would it feel if I'm serving somebody a hamburger, I do it with so much love and respect and grace in my service that they can feel that? That is how I want to live every single moment. What if I'm giving a presentation and I deliver it because I know the rest of my life depends on that, and I do it with so much pride and excellence? That is so fulfilling for me. What Charlie's death did was make all of this urgent for me. How long am I going to wait before I start living my purpose? Am I going to let it go another day, week, month, year, and then look back again and be like, I wish that I had done that? Everyone experiences this with their New Year's resolutions, right? It is always a catalyst, whether it's sadness, grief, fear, rage. It always shifts something, and it shifts it fast. The perfect time to start is right now, in this moment. Live my purpose in this moment with anything I'm doing, whether it's washing the dishes, giving a huge presentation for the start of my business, whether it's meeting someone new for the first time, no matter who it is. That's why I'm gonna end here with, I am Sarah El-Ali. This is my purpose, and I am going to live my life as Charlie did, fully in my purpose. Yes, they're all Charlie Kirk. I love that that's going around right now. It's beautiful. We are all Charlie Kirk. But I personally feel that his message to all of us, and the best way to honor his legacy, is to take on that for ourselves. I am whoever you are, whatever your name is, take that on, because his ultimate goal was for all of us to break free of the indoctrination and create our own lives in integrity with ourselves. He wanted us to wake up. He really has woken so many of us up to the urgency of living our true purpose right here, right now, with everything we've got. Put our whole heart and faith into that and live from there. Share honestly, share authentic, be bold, be courageous, take risks. And that's exactly what I am feeling and what I am committed to doing. His legacy is not about copying Charlie. It's not. It's about stepping into our own conviction. For me, it feels like creating things that awaken people, in whatever form that is for me. Sometimes it's creating a video and speaking, sometimes it's my art. Sometimes it's building something as a general contractor. Truly, it doesn't matter, but intention from my life is to create things that awaken people. Art that makes you feel, stories about my life experience that inspire you, platforms that help people find alignment in themselves and the people around them, and for all of us to live inspired, real, and connected lives. So here's my question for you. Have you had that moment for yourself where you have felt a call to action to step out of the path and create your own? Have you felt that moment of doubt where you felt like you weren't necessarily completely aligned with something or doing something or creating something? Did you do it? Did you not do it? Did you start your own thing? Did you start your own business? Did you leave college? Did you leave a job or a relationship that you didn't feel aligned with, even though you felt pressure to stay? Give me an example of where you stepped off autopilot and how it felt. And if you haven't, is there one that comes to mind that you would like to take on? I would love to hear your stories, because Charlie's death was a huge wake-up call for me. I'm sure for so many other people watching as well. And I do believe that it's time for us all to live as he lived, let go of the status quo, and create whatever is there for us to create. Step into our own lane and run full out, full force. I will leave us with that. Thank you for watching today. I appreciate you guys.